Howdy friends, welcome back to the Outpost. Today's video we're going to catch up on some of the things that have been going on here at the cabin build, the Western Kentucky Outpost, as well as share with you some of the detailed finish techniques that are happening inside of the building. Alright, so we're going to start outside here and show you. We poured a concrete pad and installed a split mini unit for the indoor air and heat, as well as we have propane tanks for our future fireplace, as well as a backup generator. And shortly before winter hit this last season, we ended up building a floating wall all the way around the bottom of the cabin itself and ended up putting insulation, everything, so it's all protected. We're waiting on getting the metal to finish up with the skirting. All right, let's take a step inside and take a look at some of the neat stuff that's happened inside the cabin. Alright, so the last time we did any part in the Western Kentucky Outpost cabin build videos, you all saw just a bunch of open walls and all that other good stuff. Well, since then, amongst a million other things, we have installed silver pine throughout the entire front area, as well as a hallway and the mudroom. Let's take a look. Now if you look closely up here in the front room, in this area, that's all pallet wood. That's in the top peak area next to our mini split AC heat pump unit. Now the opposite side of the front room in the cabin by the front door, see this area all the way up through here, all the way across, has to have pallet wood. So today's project is we're going to talk about how we acquired, how we process, measure, cut, and install this pallet wood that looks beautiful inside of here on the front wall of the cabin. Alright, so the first thing when it comes to working with pallet wood is acquiring pallets. Being here in small town America and stuff, I've gone to local businesses and asked permission to grab them on the side of the buildings and such. Most of the time I get there, they're either trashed out or other people from around the area have been picking them up in bulk, taking them home, and then posting them on places like Marketplace, Facebook, and selling them for a profit. Not to mention the fact no two pallets are exactly the same. Different sizes, lengths, widths, color patterns, and a good share of the time when you get pallets, there's only half of it that's worth using. Alright, today we're going to start with a regular pallet, and I usually take these pallets and I lean them up against a tree. I take a battery operated sawzall with a long blade and get started. Now remember, what we're doing is we're trying to cut between the actual side rail and between the actual pallet board itself, which requires a very small area to get a sawzall blade between there and cut through those nails. And as you can see, a lot of these pallet boards have a ton of nails that you got to cut through, which is very tedious. It puts a lot of wear on your blade as well as on your batteries. Alright, so we're back up in the cabin. In today's project we're going to be working on the top area here in the front room above the silver pine. This is what we want to put pallet wood in here. As you can see, there's a lot of cuts down along the way. We're going to get a tape measure, we're going to measure off beams and see what it is we need to cut outside on the saw. For the most part, most of the pallet boards aren't exceeding over 40 inches long. So this means that we have to worry about the width as well as color pattern and take measurements from beam to beam up on the top part of the front room here and not exceed an area longer than 40 inches and make it look good. Alright, last piece on this part of the wall. Here we go. Oh, she's gonna fit. Oh, she's gonna fit. Beautiful. Alright folks, that's a final product before we put trim on. Took us about 2 hours to do it. Lots of little cuts, especially up in the gable area, in through there and stuff. And working with pallet wood, it's even trickier because the stuff will split very easily. So we went through a lot of little pieces of wood to just get the right ones. That's got a nice color pattern to it. Sweet. Now we got one more half to do on the other side and this front room will be ready to go. Well, hey, just like that, through the magic of time and a little photography, let's have a look. Well, hey, that's going to be a wrap for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching the show and allowing me to demonstrate to you the things it takes to put together a custom cabin here on the Western Kentucky Outpost.